With the first pick in the 2010 NFL Draft, the St. Louis Rams select Sam Bradford.
Heisman Trophy winner, All-American. He looks like a franchise quarterback.
The Detroit Lions select Ndamukong Suh. The Buffalo Bills select C.J. Spiller.
Now they've got a playmaker.
Well, you heard it from the commissioner, and now you see it on the screen there. The top 5 picks from the 2010 draft. Sam Bradford, the #1 overall pick, has yet to turn around the St. Louis Rams. Matt Money Smith here alongside our former NFL scout, Bucky Brooks, for another edition of Draft Do-Over. We rewind it back, take you through the top 10 picks from 2010. And, Bucky, we get a look at the picture. Now, we're not digging too deep. I mean, we're just going back 4 years. We can remember when Goodell strode to that lectern and mentioned Sam Bradford, right?
Absolutely. It only takes 3 years to determine whether someone can play in this league or not.
That's it, huh?
So we have more than enough information.
And a whole lot of Sooners there. 3 in the top 5. So why don't we get right to it? Before we go through the new top 10, though, some of the notable names that may make an appearance selected outside of the top 10. Of course, safety Earl Thomas. How'd that work out for him in Seattle?
It's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, pretty well. Jason Pierre-Paul, of course, of the Giants in South Florida. The defensive end, you have the standout center, Marquise Pouncey. Rob Gronkowski, dealing with injuries at Arizona, perhaps one of the reasons why he slipped as far as he did in the old Minnesota Golden Gopher, Eric Decker. So, with the #1 overall pick and hindsight bias being 2020, Buck, the St. Louis Rams.
I don't think we'll take Ndamukong Suh. I'm going to go with the best player available, even though Sam Bradford was a franchise quarterback. Ndamukong Suh was a better player, better prospect. He should have been the choice at #1.
All right, so Ndamukong Suh off the board. That means, turns out, he cannot go #2
Can't
now.
go #2.
So,
how about this? We're going to mix it up a little bit. Jimmy Graham, a guy who only played 1 year of football at the University of Miami, a former basketball player. Can you imagine big Jimmy Graham in the middle of that Lions offense? Calvin Johnson on one side, Jimmy Graham controlling the middle, 2 big basketball-like athletes dominating the passing game. I think Matthew Stafford would love to have these kind of playmakers on the outside. You're talking about those guys having an explosive passing game. Jimmy Graham, Calvin Johnson, that gets it done.
I'm going to say that would keep some defensive coordinators in the NFC North up late at night. Jimmy Graham and Calvin Johnson on the same field. All right, so here we go. Picks 3, 4, and 5 in place of Gerald McCoy. How about this one, Bucky? You have Gerald McCoy. All right, pick #4, Trent Williams.
Look, he was a surprise. Jason Pierre-Paul has been better than anyone could expect after 1 year at South Florida. 7 sacks, 7 games. He was outstanding. How about, the Kansas City Chiefs, #5?
Instead of Eric Berry?
Eric Berry goes again.
Eric Berry.
Like it.
All right, so we get down here to pick #6 now. Russell Okung, the offensive lineman, and in his place.
We're going to go, how about this? The Seattle Seahawks are known for the Legion of Boom. You have to put Earl Thomas in there. He is the leader. He's the one that gets it done, sets the table with his toughness, tenacity, playmaking skills. He deserves to be.
I got to ask you, Bucky, what would that Seattle Seahawks defense look like had they taken Earl Thomas at #6?
It was the same.
Oh, it turns out we know. Right.
But, you're not privy to the rest of the draft do-over. What else I did?
So it turns out #7 now. Instead of Joe Hayden, arguably the best cover corner in the league.
Let's get them a quarterback. Cleveland Browns finally get Sam Bradford. They've had a lot of problems there. Haven't been able to find a franchise quarterback since their reincarnation in 1999. Sam Bradford gives them some stability at the position. He's a guy who he's been effective. He doesn't get enough credit for the success that he's had in St. Louis in terms individually. He is an upgrade over any player they put in that position in Cleveland.
Right, so I see Bucky pick 3. Gerald McCoy stays the same. Eric Berry the same at #5. #8, the Raiders, I got to believe you're going to keep Rolando McClain.
No, we're going to let Rolando McClain go. And how about we go with Dez Bryant here? We're going to go with Dez Bryant because Dez Bryant is a difference maker in the passing game. The late, great Al Davis would love to do it over again and have Dez Bryant on his football team. You're talking about a guy who has all the skills and tools that you look for at the #1 receiver position, outstanding speed, good quickness, great ball skills, has a knack for putting the ball in the paint. I think he helps them bring it back to prominence in the black hole.
All right, C.J. Spiller had a nice year 2 seasons ago. Not so nice this past year. In his place at #9, the Bills take.
How about Demaryius Bebe Thomas? Talking about a guy coming out of Georgia Tech's triple option offense. He has emerged as a 2-time Pro Bowl player. Outstanding. Buffalo has needed a receiver, a big-time receiver since Eric Mose left. He gives them that player that they've been desperately searching for.
And no offense to Oski the Bear, but I'm going to say Tyson Alualu probably not going to stay in Jacksonville.
No. We're going to go and try and find someone who can help the quarterback. How about Rob Gronkowski? I know everyone has kind of poo-pooed what Blaine Gabbert was at Jacksonville, but he doesn't have any targets. How about we give him a big guy? Rob Gronkowski, a difference maker, a guy who is known for putting the ball in the end zone, a lethal weapon on the outside, tough, gives them a little personality on offense. I like what he brings. He gives Jacksonville's offense an identity and some toughness that they desperately need.
All right, that completes our top 10. Sam Bradford, the big slide from the Rams at number 1 to the Browns at number 7. Des Bryant to the Raiders. Take that, Raider Nation. For the rest of Bucky's 2010 first round do-over, check out NFL.com/draft do-over.